Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So another week is in the books. We're nearly at the end of the year. Today is the 30th of December, 2024. So we got a little bit of things to show on the USACC build, but first I've got another card shout out, shop card shout out from Gloria at Stout Creations. She's a newer YouTuber than I am. I started my channel back in February. I think she's only been on YouTube now for maybe 4 or 5 months. So if you haven't checked her out yet, head over there to her page, Stout Creations, and give her a like. She's got some neat stuff that she's been working on, and I hope to run into her maybe at one of the upcoming shows, maybe South Carolina. I'm not positive about that, but I think I saw where she's going to be at that one. So hope to meet her soon. Anyway, so that's the only shop card this week. Let's get on to what I've done as far as modeling. Hang on, let me move the camera. In my never-ending quest to make things harder on myself, I've decided that I am going to separate the leaf springs from the axle so that I can put lift blocks in between. I'm not even sure that that's the right way to do it. Yeah, because the axle needs to be on the underside of the leaf spring with a block between them. That'll lift our body higher than the wheels so we get the stance that we want on the rear end. And I've had to look online to see how that was done. I mean, I knew there was such a thing as lift blocks, but I wasn't positive on how they were installed. So I had to go online and do a search to see what I needed to do. In order to separate the leaf springs from the axle, I'm going to use this micro saw. There are very, very fine teeth on there. And we're just gonna, I think I'm actually gonna go in from the side like this and cut towards the center on each side. Now, clearly this has already been painted. This was kind of an afterthought, I have to admit. I knew I wanted a different stance on the vehicle, and what I was going to do originally was add blocks at the rear end of the leaf where it attaches to the body, or to the frame rather. But then when I was doing my online research, I realized that the more common method was probably what I'm getting ready to do now. And just like that, we have a completely useless rear end for our car. No. No, it's going to take a little bit of work yet. And it's actually going to work out really well. Now, if you look, the kit pieces of the transfer case, is that what it's called? I think so. Anyway, the one side of it doesn't fit together real well, but this is the top of it. So when it's up underneath the frame, you never see this. So, you know, if you're one of those people that fills in any gaps and things like that, don't waste your time on that, because it will never, ever be seen unless you drop the car on the floor and it disassembles itself. So, yeah. And then I actually did break one of these leaf springs, separating it. Yeah, this one here. Not hugely noticeable, and it'll be even less noticeable when I create the blocks that are going to go in there. So we're going to give it, I don't know, a scale 2-inch lift, maybe a 3-inch lift. So we'll have to clean up just a little bit here where they were attached. And again, that's the bottom side. That's where our blocks will go. No, I take that back. That is not where our blocks will go. Our blocks will go on the top side, and the leaf springs will also go on the top side. So we're lowering the axle. It's a lift kit because it lifts the frame and body above the axle. Make sense? I hope so. I haven't thoroughly confused myself yet. All right, our lift blocks are in. And I also took some fine wire. What is that size? It's 0.015 inch music wire. So I bent that into some U shape, 4 pieces of it, to simulate the U-bolts that would hold that block between the axle and the leaf spring. And you know, I was at my local hobby shop the other day buying a bunch of paint for an upcoming project with me and my grandson. And I forgot to grab the one color that I really needed now. And that is my semi-gloss black. I thought maybe I had another bottle of it, but I don't. So I thinned what was left in the bottle, which was not much, and tried to spray it. But I think it's fairly visible that the shade isn't quite matching because there's just too thin a layer of paint on there, and I gotta hit it in some other places. And then there was an area here that I missed last week when I was doing a whole body, because the interior tub still showed a portion under here. So anyway, that's where it's at. I think it looks good. It's definitely a lift. You know, it's scale-wise, it's probably a 3-inch lift, I think. But, all right, so more to come. Did a little bit of work trying to get this trunk hinged this week. So there it is. I think it's going to work out all right. I haven't actually glued it in place permanent on the underside of the body yet, but it all does line up, if I can keep from dropping it. So it's there, and if I can hold it well enough from the underside with my fingers, it does open. I don't know, I may have to well, no, that's moving out. So anyway, we're getting there with that. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this week. I do have a little bit of news from my statistics on the channel. I have gone over 500 subscribers now. Kind of unexpected. It sat below that number for a little while, and all of a sudden I was over it. So I think I still got a ways to go before any of the real fun begins. But hey, 24 has been a pretty good year. Looking forward to 25. Stick around. If you like what you're watching, give it a big old thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Peace and love, y'all.